But Matthew Perry was, a tremendous actor and really funny, very, very talented. He passed away Saturday at the age of 54. I remember watching an interview that he did with Diane Sawyer. And we talk about all, the problems that people have. When you watch the Diane Sawyer interview, it's very revealing, very telling. He's talking about how he once took 55 doses of Vicodin. 55 in one day. I took one. I felt like heaven. I've never felt that at ease and comfortable in my life. When my doctor told me after my knee surgery I had to get off of that, I almost cried. I say all of that to say some addictions you can understand. We're not excusing it. We're not condoning it. We're not saying it's okay. I'm just talking about a level of compassion and understanding for the Matthew Perrys of the world and others. And all I can say is that my heart goes out to him and his loved ones and his family. We're all human beings. We're all children of the Lord.
The world continues to mourn actor and comedian Matthew Perry in a grand style. Some celebrities have posted him, on their respective platform. Others are also eulogizing him in a grand style. The likes of Adele and a host of some other celebrities took to their tours to also pay their last respect and tribute to the late actor, and of course the actor. But guess who is also waiting into this? None other than the most talked about, podcaster that happens to be Sam Smith. Now he was left in distraught after he did hear the news, and he also is paying his last tributes to the late actor and comedian. Find out in this interesting report we do have for you, quite a very sad one. Once again, may he so rest in peace. This is a Legends of Pinax News. They have for quality entertainment. For more news, please do also log on to pinaxnews.com. Thought and comments will be appreciated inside the comment section. Now, without wasting much time, let's see how Sam Smith apparently did pay his last respect to the late actor, Matthew Perry.
Aniston and the crew, I get it, I understand it. I've seen all of them as actors and actresses. Sad story today. I've never been, or never was rather, a big Friends fan in the 10 seasons that it was on the air. I knew it was the rave. Everybody was raving about it all of those years with Matthew Perry, Jennifer Aniston, and the crew. I get it. I understand it. I've seen all of them as actors and actresses. They're absolutely phenomenal. They deserved all the love and the praise that they got. And when they were getting $1 million an episode, they deserved it because of the money that they were bringing in, the NBC and, the Warner Brothers and all of that other stuff. I get it. I understand. I really, really do. But Matthew Perry, even though I didn't watch that show all the time, how could you not know Friends? I mean, I was a huge Martin Lawrence fan, so I watched Martin, and I like those old time comedies like the Jeffersons and Archie Bunker and the Honeymooners and Sanford and Son, stuff like that. But Friends was cool. I watched it occasionally. Me myself, Everybody Loves Raymond and Seinfeld to me was preferences over Friends, in terms of my favorites or whatever that I watched over the years. But how do you not know Matthew Perry, and how could you not love Matthew Perry? I love seeing him in the whole 9 yards. Back around 2000, 2001, whatever it was, with him and Bruce Willis and that actress Natasha. I forgot her last name, but she was gorgeous back then. I don't know what she looked like now. But Matthew Perry was, a tremendous actor and really funny, very, very talented. He passed away Saturday at the age of 54, found dead in his hot tub. Cause of death at this particular moment is unknown. Drugs were not found, but according to the Los Angeles Times, no drugs were found at the scene. But a source told the Times prescription medications were recovered at the home. So hence toxicology report, that'll be a part of the investigation. That'll be a part of the investigation. It's at a time like this, your heart goes out to his family, his parents, his friends and loved ones. I remember watching an interview that he did with Diane Sawyer. when his book was coming out. And did you know that that interview, the release of that interview, was a year to the day that he passed away? It was released last year on October 28th, and he passed away on October 28th. So, you just think about the irony of all of that, and there's really not much to say. Going too soon. And we talk about all, the problems that people have. When you watch the Diane Sawyer interview, it's very revealing, very telling. He's talking about how he once took 55 pills, 55 doses of Vicodin. 55 in one day. Ladies and gentlemen, I took one. I think 2 in one day one time. I felt like heaven. Heaven. I like heaven had arrived. I've never felt that at ease and comfortable in my life. When my doctor told me after my knee surgery I had to get off of that, I almost cried. I mean, actually after my shoulder surgery, not this shoulder. It's not the first time I had surgery on my shoulder. When he told me I had to get off that, I almost cried. I say all of that to say that some addictions you can understand. We're not excusing it. We're not condoning it. We're not saying it's okay. I'm just talking about a level of compassion and understanding for the Matthew Perrys of the world and others. See, when it comes to cocaine and heroin and stuff like that, there's not a lot of sympathy that emanates from somebody like me because my attitude is very simple. You can't get addicted to something you never try. So what the hell are you doing trying cocaine for? What the hell are you doing trying heroin for? But when it comes to pills and pain medication, we got to understand where that starts, where that emanates from. You're not feeling well, or you had a surgery or something, and a doctor prescribes this for you, and all of a sudden you take it. How your body reacts chemically depends on person to person. You can't definitively say it's going to affect each and every single individual the same way. You can't do that. So how it starts matters, because then what your body is craving is what your body is craving. And you can find yourself in a rut. And ultimately, that's what ended up happening to Matthew Perry to some degree. I don't know whether doctors were involved, drug dealers were involved, or whatever the case may be, but go watch the interview with Diane Sawyer from October 2022. It's very revealing. And all I can say is that my heart goes out to him and his loved ones and his family. We're all human beings. We're all children of the Lord. And at some point in time, it's our time. And it's just sad. And, as a parent, you're never supposed to watch your child leave before you. But that's what happened here. And so when you see people talking about him or whatever, it's one of those things where he went through a hard life and what have you. But, it seems like the pain that he inflicted was on himself, not on anybody else. And that he had his own demons that he was battling. And somebody like that always warrants our compassion. I don't have too much compassion for people that hurt other people. When you afflict others because of whatever issues you may have, I don't have the greatest patience for that. But in this case, that wasn't the situation. And so it's just a shame because he was such a talent, such a great talent. And he's gone. Matthew Perry, dead at the age of 54. Our thoughts and prayers are with all his loved ones and his family. My producer, Greg, just mentioned something to me that I didn't know because I just didn't know. When you bring up heroin and we talk about you can't get addicted to something that you never try. And I brought up cocaine. That was one element. I mentioned heroin, which is another.